Hello students, how are you all? Today I'm here with another chapter from your science book, that is chapter 8, Wind, Storms and Cyclone. In this video we will know about the atmosphere and about air and about wind, storms and cyclones. All these phenomena such as wind, storm and cyclone occur in the earth atmosphere. Now let us know about air. We live on the earth and there is lot of air around us. We know air is a mixture of colorless gases. The layer of air above the earth is called atmosphere. This atmosphere extends up to several hundred kilometers above the earth's surface. Now, this atmosphere exerts a pressure called atmospheric pressure due to the weight of air contained in it. Now, we will know that air exerts pressure. Now, what is pressure? The continuous physical force exerted on an object or against an object by something in contact with it is called pressure. Now, air also exerts pressure. How we will know about it? We can explain that air exerts pressure in different ways under different situations. For example, if we blow a balloon or when we blow air inside the balloon, then the balloon gets inflated. This observation also shows that air exerts pressure. Even when you pump air inside the bicycle tube gets inflated. This is also an example of air exerting pressure. Air in the atmosphere around us also exerts pressure. We can prove this by an easy activity. What we need to do, we need to take a tin can and pour some water in it. Now we need to heat the tin can by using a burner. Then the steam expel all the air inside the can so that when water is boiling, there is no air inside the can. Now the whole can will be filled with steam, that is water vapor. Now we need to put the lid of the cap Now we need to put the lid on the can, and now we will take the can and keep it under the flowing cold water of a tap. What will happen? The steam inside the can will condense into water and the pressure inside the can will decrease. The pressure outside the can will be more than the pressure inside the can, so it will crush the can. You will see the can will be crushed or it will shrink after some time when we will keep the can under the cold water. Now, what does that prove? This proves that the atmospheric air also exerts a pressure. We know that moving air also exerts pressure. During a storm or a cyclone, we see that the branches of the trees are moving in the direction of the wind. This shows that the moving air also exerts pressure. Let us know from the observation of our daily life, which tells us that moving air also exerts pressure. In this slide, you can see 4 pictures. Now we will talk about each of this picture in details. In the picture A, you see a picture of a hoarding and you will find there are some holes in the hoarding. Why there are holes? As you know, the hoardings are kept above the buildings where the wind's pressure is more, means the speed of the wind is higher. So, holes are usually made in the hanging banners or hoarding so that the high speed wind may pass through them easily and the winds will not damage the hoarding. Next, we see the picture of a girl who is riding a bicycle. While riding a bicycle, we often find it easier to move the bicycle forward if the wind is coming from the back side. That means if we ride in the direction of the blowing wind, then it is easier for us to ride the bicycle. Next picture is a picture of a boat in the lake. The same way, you will see if if the boat is moving in the direction of the wind, then it can easily move in the lake. The last picture, that is picture D, is a picture of a kite. We know while flying a kite, when the wind is coming from the back side, it helps the kite to fly. This is because the wind coming from the back side strike the kite and exert pressure on the kite that make it fly higher and higher. We know that air expands on heating. When air is heated, its volume increases and it occupies a bigger space. We say that air expands on heating. We can prove it by a simple activity. What we need to take a tube, a glass tube, and we need to fix a balloon tightly over the neck of the tube. Now we will keep that empty tube which is filled with air in a beaker where there is some hot water. Now what will happen when the tube is placed in the hot water? The air present in the boiling tube gets heated and it expands, its volume increases. The increased volume of air fills the balloon, due to which the balloon gets inflated. So, it is the expansion of air on heating which inflates the balloon when the tube is placed in the hot water. Now, this hot air is lighter. The hot air is lighter than the cold air, so hot air always rises upward. In order to know that air expands on heating, we can perform some activity or we can see some of the daily observation. In the picture A, you will see that there are two paper bags. Now, if a burning candle is placed under one of the paper bag, then the air above the candle flame will heat the air inside the paper bag. Now, as the air inside the paper bag, which is kept above the candle, becomes warmer, so it will become lighter and so it will move upward. So, this also proves that the air expands on heating and the warmer air is lighter than the cooler air. We have seen that the smoke always rises upward. This is also because of the fact that the smoke is warmer, so it moves upward. In the same way, the hot air balloons also moves upward because the hot air filled in them is lighter than the surrounding cold air. Now we will know how wind is produced. What is wind? Moving air is wind. Now, wind depends on the difference in the air pressure or atmospheric pressure in two regions. The greater the difference, the faster the air moves. Now, how this wind is produced? Wind is produced due to the uneven heating on the earth by the sun. It may be due to the uneven heating between the equator and the poles or uneven heating of land and water of oceans. Now we will know about the uneven heating between the equator and the poles of the earth. The region close to the equator of the earth gets the maximum heat from the sun. So the air in the equatorial region gets heated and becomes warmer. This warm air rises in the equatorial region of the earth, creating an area of low air pressure. Now the cooler air from the regions of up to 30-degree latitude belt on both the sides of the equator, being at higher pressure, rushes towards the equator to take the place of the warm rising air. This makes the wind to blow from the north and south direction towards the equator. Again, the air at latitudes of about 60 degrees on the both sides of the equator is warmer than at the poles, so the warmer air about 60-degree latitude rises up, creating of low air pressure, and cold air from the polar region rushes in to take its place. This makes the wind blow from the poles of the earth towards the warmer region up to about 60-degree latitudes. Now, We should keep in mind the wind produced by the uneven heating of the earth between the equator and the poles do not blow in the exact north-south direction, because it is changed, means the direction is changed due to the rotation of the earth on its axis. Let us know how wind is produced by the uneven heating of land and water. In summers, the land near the equator of the earth heats up faster than the water in the ocean. So, most of the time, the temperature of the land is higher than that of the water in the oceans. The air over the land gets heated and rises, creating a low pressure area. The cooler air from over the oceans rushes towards the land. This causes the wind to blow from the ocean towards the land. The winds blowing from the ocean towards the land in summer are called monsoon winds. Why they are called monsoon winds? Because these winds carry a lot of water vapor from the ocean and brings a large amount of rain on land. Now, during winters, the land cools down faster than the water in the oceans. So, the temperature of water in the ocean is higher than that of land. The warm air over the ocean rises up, creating a region of low pressure, and the cooler air from the land rushes towards the ocean. This causes wind to blow from the land towards the ocean. The winds coming from colder region carry only a little of water vapor and hence bring only a small amount of rain in the winter season. In this part of the video, we have discussed about the air and its properties. In the next half, we will discuss about all the natural phenomena like storms, cyclones, thunderstorm in details. Till then, bye.